guys, and welcome to day 15 of our Year in a Day studies. Today we are talking about divine polarity. Now yesterday we went over rethinking God, and I know a lot of you have come from I've come from a Catholic background, but from Christian backgrounds in general, and that was something that was very difficult to do, is to go from a Christian God and rethinking divinity and deity into an all-loving God and goddess, and understanding that the divine is within everyone, is within everything, and is all around us, and isn't necessarily something that is out of reach. And that's really hard for a lot of people to come to terms with, myself included. So today we're going to dive a little bit more into the polarity of the divine, which is why today, day 15 on page 20, is called Divine Polarity. And basically what it goes through is it goes through and talks about how, with being witches, and quite a few other religions do this as well, but how everything has polarity in the universe. And what we do is we give it a masculine and a feminine quality, but it is polarity, opposites. The very nature of spiritual energy is dichotomous. Just like electrical current, spiritual energy manifests in a natural balance of waves and troughs, up and down and up and down. It reveals itself as hot and cold, on and off, light and dark, life and death, male and female, on and on and on. The yin and the yang. Now, witches symbolize their understanding of this divine energy in male and female terms under God and goddess. And so this isn't to say that witches believe that deity literally has male or female genitalia. Rather that God and goddess are symbolic representations on how nature expresses this divine energy, as above, so below. And so, just making sure, you guys are really done. Okay, so right here we have a witch's brief guide to polarity, and I probably don't have to read all of these because you'll kind of get what I'm saying, but you have God and goddess, male, female, sun and moon, expanding and contracting, light and dark, yin and yang, active and passive, external and internal, conscious mind and unconscious mind, thinking and dreaming, hard and soft, warm and cool, linear and non-linear, direct and indirect, life and death, day and night, positive and negative, square and round, speaking and listening, and doing and being. Now out of that list, here is your exercise. The exercise is exploring polarity. As with all Wiccan symbols, the energies and the polarity of God and Goddess represent aspects that reside within all of us. It does not matter if you have male or female physical characteristics. Every human being has qualities and energies that express both the God and Goddess. So let's find out how you express them. So number 1, look at the brief guide to polarity above that I just read off to you. As you consider the very short list of God and Goddess energy attributes, what other words might you add to both sides of the list? Take time now to develop a more comprehensive list for yourself. Number 2, take out paper and pen and make a list of qualities that represent your, quote, God energy. Then make a list of qualities that represent your, quote, Goddess energy. Now, if you don't have the book and you can't see it, on the sides that I was reading, the first word that I said was the God energy, and the second word that I said was the Goddess energy. And while these are in a book, these may not necessarily be what you feel. You may think that under, when you have God and Goddess, the being is under God and the doing is under Goddess, instead of the way they have it, where doing is under God and being is under Goddess. You may think that the God is dark and the Goddess is light. You know, there's different things that that you may feel are opposite, and that's completely fine. Just write them down. And you know, try to think of why you feel this way. Kind of like my altar here. My altar, I have all of the light, bright things on the goddess side, and all of the dark things on the God side. This book says the God is dark, or the God is light, and the goddess is dark. But I have it opposite. Now I understand that, you know, at night I attribute that to the goddess because of the moon, and during the day I attribute that to the God because of the sun. But when it comes to setting on my altar, I did things the way that I felt. So just because it's in a book, it's not always necessarily the way it is. If you feel something's different, please make sure that you go with that gut instinct. Another thing is like my elements and my directions. I have, whereas almost every book that you read will have earth in the north and air in the east, I have always aligned with air in the north and earth in the east. So go with whatever works for you. And the last thing, number 3, review both lists to determine if you seem to express one side of the divinity polarity more than the other. Which aspect do you most express in your daily life? Which energy gets least expressed in your daily life? Alrighty, so you're going to want to write those lists, and you're going to want to keep them with you. Excuse me, because tomorrow the exercise that we're doing has to do with the list that you're doing today. So, make your God energy list and your goddess energy list, and just see what we're doing tomorrow. Yep, and you will use those tomorrow. So, I hope you guys have a great day. I'm sorry if my candles are kind of annoying in the background, but I absolutely love having them going. And I've got this candle, smells like awesomeness. It's sandalwood and myrrh. So I've got this going, got my element candles going. I actually just did a reading for myself with the energy oracle that was recommended to me by Laura Rain. Absolutely love this. I haven't been able to find anything that that works for me, and I really like it, and I kind of did a spread for myself for tomorrow, so I was waiting for my phone to charge so I could make the video. But, anyway, sorry, just wanted to do a little ramble, so I hope you guys have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Maybe.